You visit a loved one's grave and notice the headstone has turned dark, green, stained, or covered with moss and lichen. Your first thought might be, why isn't the cemetery cleaning this? But here's something many families don't realize. In many cemeteries, routine cleaning of an individual headstone is the family's responsibility, not the cemetery's. Cemetery staff generally maintain the grounds, things like mowing, trimming, roads, and common areas, but that doesn't necessarily mean they regularly scrub and clean every privately owned grave marker. And before you grab bleach, vinegar, a pressure washer, or a stiff brush and clean it yourself, there's something else you need to know. The wrong cleaning method can permanently damage a headstone. Welcome back to the funeral program site, where we provide practical information to help families understand funerals, cemeteries, memorials, and the many decisions that come with honoring someone you love. Today we're talking about how to clean a headstone without damaging it. We'll look at who is typically responsible for cleaning a headstone, the cemetery or the family, what you should do before touching the stone, which cleaning products and tools are safest, and some common cleaning methods you should avoid. We'll also talk about the differences between granite, marble, limestone, bronze, and older weathered monuments, because you should never assume that one cleaning method is safe for every headstone. And one of the most important things to know is when not to clean a headstone at all. If a monument is cracking, flaking, unstable, or severely deteriorated, attempting to clean it yourself can actually make the damage worse. So if you've noticed that a loved one's headstone is beginning to look dirty or weathered, and you're wondering what you should and shouldn't do about it, this video is for you. Let's get started. Looking out across thousands of identical markers in a cemetery, it is easy to see how massive the task of monument maintenance really is. It is incredibly tempting to grab a stiff scrub brush and try to restore a weathered stone until it looks exactly like it did the day it was carved. But treating a memorial like a stubborn household chore permanently alters historic materials. The true goal of headstone care is much narrower. You simply want to gently remove loose dirt and biological growth. A successful cleaning leaves the monument readable and structurally intact, not aggressively bright. Before you pack a single brush, you need authorization. Cemetery rules dictate exactly what tools and products visitors are allowed to use, so you must contact the property manager or cemetery office for explicit permission first. Materials like marble, limestone, and sandstone react very differently to friction than a modern kitchen counter. Scrubbing away the weathered exterior layer actually erases the crisp edges of carved lettering and tooling marks forever. To protect the stone, we have to prioritize preservation over perfection. Once you arrive at the gravesite, start with a physical inspection. Walk completely around the marker, carefully check the base, and press against it very lightly to test its physical stability. If the monument wobbles, leans significantly, or if running your finger along the edge dislodges a sugary powder of loose stone grains, stop. Do not clean it. Introducing water and pressure to an unstable marker will accelerate its collapse. For a structurally sound stone, your entire kit should consist of plain water, a few soft brushes, a hand pump sprayer, and a plastic scraper. That is all you need to start. Timing matters too. This simulation visually shows what happens to a microscopic crack when you introduce water in freezing temperatures. The water trapped inside those tiny pores expands into solid ice, wedging the stone apart from the inside. We also have to avoid all kitchen chemistry. Standard household items like bleach and pure vinegar are highly destructive outdoors. Vinegar is highly acidic, meaning it actively dissolves the delicate calcium present in softer materials like marble and historic limestone. Similarly, leave all power tools and wire brushes at home. High-pressure washers forcefully strip away intentional historic tooling marks and easily carve into natural weak points, tearing off thin layers of the marker. By completely avoiding household chemicals and aggressive abrasives, you effectively eliminate the two highest risks to the stone's structural integrity. Safe tools protect the object. Harsh tools destroy it. The cleaning process itself begins with saturation. Use your bucket or pump sprayer to thoroughly coat the entire surface with plain water. But you must apply that water from the bottom up. Start at the very base of the stone and slowly work your way toward the top. This microscopic cross-section illustrates why that rule is so important. If you wet the top first, dirty runoff travels down the dry stone, soaking deeply into open pores. By wetting from the bottom up, saturated pores safely repel that dirty runoff. With the stone fully saturated, begin brushing at the bottom and work upward. Keep your pressure light and use small circular motions rather than violently scrubbing back and forth. Recessed letters and carvings often hold trapped dirt. Instead of prying that dirt out with metal picks, use a small, soft toothbrush and let the water dissolve the buildup naturally. Throughout this entire process, keep adding water. Maintaining an unbroken layer of moisture across the stone acts as a protective barrier, reducing the friction of your brush and floating abrasive grit safely away from the surface. Plain water handles loose dirt, but you will likely encounter stubborn biological growth like thick moss or firmly attached lichen that resists a gentle brushing. To remove thick moss, carefully slide a wooden craft stick or a plastic scraper underneath it. Lift it away gently, making sure the tool never digs into the stone itself. Hard lichen is a different problem. It bonds tightly to the surface, so if you forcefully pry it off a dry stone, you will likely tear away the weakened layer of monument attached beneath it. If water and a soft brush cannot remove the growth, you can move to a chemical option as a last resort. Apply a cemetery-approved biocidal monument cleaner. Step back and allow it to dwell for the time specified on the label. Conclude the cleaning with a heavy final rinse. This time, start at the top and flow downward to flush all the loosened biological debris and any remaining cleaner residue completely into the surrounding soil. Because cemeteries are damp outdoor environments, algae and moss will eventually return. Engaging in repeated aggressive cleaning cycles every time a green spot appears introduces physical wear that damages the stone far more than the organisms themselves. When you finish your final rinse, the stone will still be wet. Wet stone looks artificially dark, which can trick you into thinking it needs more scrubbing. You will only see the true lighter result after it completely dries. Looking closely at this blank white marble headstone, you can see what a safely weathered marker is supposed to look like. Removing the dirt does not remove the softened edges or the natural physical texture. This is the core of the clean enough philosophy. Minor discoloration, shadows, and softened letter edges are completely normal for a monument that has survived outdoors for decades. This historical photo of a family gathered around the Riley headstones shows a long tradition of graveside care. Tending these grave sites is a meaningful, hands-on practice of remembrance. To honor that tradition responsibly, document your finished work by taking after photos. Pack out all your trash and purposefully wait several years before attempting to clean the stone again. By actively choosing restraint over the desire for a bright white restoration, you ensure the memorial's structural integrity remains intact. That is how you keep a headstone standing, readable, and dignified for the next generation. So as you can see, cleaning a headstone may seem like a simple act of maintenance, but remember that you're caring for something that is meant to remain for generations. The goal isn't to make an old headstone look brand new. It's to clean it without removing or damaging the original stone. And remember, while the cemetery generally maintains the surrounding grounds, routine cleaning of an individual headstone may be left to the family, depending on the cemetery's policies. Always check with the cemetery before you begin. Start with the gentlest method possible, avoid harsh chemicals and aggressive scrubbing, and never pressure wash an old or fragile monument. If you see cracks, flaking, instability, or significant deterioration, stop and consider having the headstone evaluated by a monument professional or conservator. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the funeral program site, and share it with someone who may be caring for a loved one's grave. And if you have a headstone you're trying to clean, tell me in the comments what type of stone it is and what you're trying to remove: moss, lichen, black staining, hard water deposits, or just years of dirt and weathering. Thanks for watching the funeral program site, and I'll see you in the next video.